Hi, I'm Suzy Fleming Leonard, and welcome to Today in Brevard Entertainment. In case you haven't noticed, summer officially arrived last weekend, and we've definitely been feeling the heat. But instead of sitting around complaining about how hot it is, how about planning something cool to do this weekend? This is Jennifer Sangalang, editor of our Metro Mix Entertainment website, and she's the queen of cool when it comes to local entertainment. How about a Zap report, Jen?
Well, our Zap squad struck twice last weekend. We were at the County Line Saloon last Thursday, which is when the West Melbourne Club goes hip-hop. Then we headed to Cocoa Beach to the Chili Pepper Club to catch Gen X. That was a pretty crazy show, as you can see from these pretty crazy pictures. The Chili Pepper has been bringing in some great acts lately. Tonight, you can see the popular band Yellow Man. Then on Saturday and Sunday, you can check out the Supervillains. Both those shows start around 9.
You can see more snapshots from both places at brevard.metromix.com. And you can see a lot about all the other things that are going on this weekend, including some best bets. And in downtown Melbourne, I think one of our best bets, we're talking about a new hot, or should we say cool spot that has opened.
That's
there.
right. I think you're talking about the Vapor Hookah Bar and Social Club.
That's right.
They've been quietly open for about 3 weeks, and according to owner Chris Ellis, they'll be having a grand opening event starting at 6 on Friday.
And now the hookah tobacco, that's not like the cigarette tobacco, and it doesn't actually burn. It's in a water pipe. So
it's a little bit different than what you're thinking. It's a mix of mainly molasses and honey with about 20% tobacco.
And they tell us that since it doesn't burn, it's a vapor. It doesn't have the odor, and it's a very pleasant odor. And
it's something fun. You should try it.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by that place.
Yeah, we should get the Zap Squad out there in the next few weeks.
Definitely.
They'll try it out for you.
And of course, if you're looking to beat the heat, you can always head to the beach. And while you're there, we've got a Metro Mix recommendation for you.
We sure do. We sent Shauna Maggard and Bruce Hickman out to Juice and Java in Cocoa Beach, where they got some smoothies, some drinks, and they discovered it's a breakfast lover's paradise.
Cocoa Beach is all about having fun in the sun, the waves, the beach, surf shops, surf festivals. And if you want to get a break from the heat, step inside a place like Juice and Java. I'm Shauna Maggard with Metro Mix Brevard, and we're going to go inside Juice and Java and see why the locals love this place.
Cocoa Beach style, you know, just local place to come. Got some surfboard stuff and got some Rick Piper paintings, and it's just a cool place. Get to meet, see people that you know and say hello. And
if you're lucky, you'll also be able to get a whiff of the sweet aroma as the coffee beans are roasted on site.
Our coffee line has extended from the original 8 beans to 21 different beans from 18 countries.
The regulars don't just come for their morning coffee fix. Juice and Java also offers an extensive breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu.
And you can cook everything on here?
Yeah, she's making it more difficult for me.
Of course, a visit isn't complete without the juice. That is, a healthy, hearty smoothie made from natural ingredients.
That's really sweet, but it's really, it's all healthy sweet because it's natural sugars from the fruit. So here we go. There you go.
Thank you. For more information on local restaurants, visit brevard.metromix.com.
As you can see, Juice and Java isn't just about food and beverages. It's about art, too. And there's no shortage of talented artists in Brevard County, as arts writer Pam Harbaugh will tell you. Pam recently spent an afternoon with artist Viola Knudsen learning about her nature paintings and her beautiful baskets. Let's take a closer look at Viola's work.
Palm Bay artist Viola Knudsen will be featured at an exhibition at the new Art on Fifth Gallery in Indialantic.
I'm a wildlife and nature artist, and I also make pine needle baskets. This is a pine needle coiled basket, which is a pre-Columbian art form. I learned it from a book. I was teaching a student how to do something and she did it wrong, and this kind of neat shape came out of it, so I focused on that and developed this style of basket. As far as I know, nobody else makes a basket like this. It's sort of my signature basket. And I had the opportunity this year to go up and meet the woman who wrote the book. that I learned from, and she's a fifth-generation basket maker. And I didn't even want to show her this one because I thought if anybody I've ever met, she could copy it. I'm a wildlife and nature enthusiast, so that's why I choose to paint what I paint. He's my buddy. My home is registered by the National Wildlife Federation as a sort of a sanctuary. I'm obsessive about nests. See, here's another one. People collect them and give them to me. I think that's part of my nature, my nesting instinct.
Keeping her signature style a secret, she showed us the basics.
These are long leaf or slash pine needles, and that's what I use to make the baskets. You want fresh pine needles like this. And then you soak them in boiling water and you clean them, and so they're sort of damp when you work with them. This is an artificial sinew that I use to stitch it with. Sometimes I use a curved needle like that. And this is called a gauge. And that's how you keep the size of the coil a consistent diameter. You constantly feed pine needles in this so that you can keep it kind of tight, and then you just whip stitch it into place as you go around, constantly feeding in the needles and whip stitching. Just it goes over the coil. These are black walnut slices, and it makes it real easy to do your starts.
Take a long piece of sinew string and thread it into your needle. Tie a loop and fasten that around the end of your pine needles. Snip off the end to make sure they're even. Position your brass gauge over one end of the bundle of pine needles and slip your sewing needle through it. Whip stitch one end around the walnut slice.
See, I'm working right around the corner. It's just a whole lot more of the same. That's the boring part. And what you're ultimately trying to do is to fill this gauge. The reason you do that is because then they disappear, see? You have one long, smooth. When you want to change direction, what I do is just lift this coil up and start stitching it right around on top of that row. And that's how you go up. No, you just go until you run out of pine needles and then you backstitch.
Viola's exhibition opens June 20th at Art on 5th, 425 5th Avenue, Indialantic.
Aren't those baskets amazing? Well, now we're going to switch gears a little and talk about some kid-friendly fun. We told you a few weeks ago about the great free movies local theaters are showing this summer. We sent Luann Manderville out to the Oaks in Melbourne to check out the crowd and visit with the critters the Brevard Zoo brings to the theater every Wednesday.
For the summer, we're having free kids movies Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. On Wednesdays, the Brevard Zoo is going to be here with an animal, a different animal each week that the children can take a look at and even possibly pet.
Oh, neat.
We also we're offering a kids club card for $20, and that's $20 per card, one per person. It includes a kid's soda and a kid's popcorn once a week.
I believe he's a male.
I believe he's a male, and his name is Sudan, right, you said?
Genghis.
Oh, Genghis. Where did I get Sudan from?
He's
I have no idea.
He's a Sudan plated lizard.
Ah, okay, okay. So your name is Max, and this is your first movie. When are you going to go see? What's the name of the movie? Mom, do you remember the name of the movie you're going to go see?
Do you remember?
Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek?
Shrek.
Shrek. Is that Shrek 3? Awesome. So, Genghis, what do you think about all these kids? He's speechless. So, what's it like at the Brevard Zoo? Do you have any playmates, or does he have any playmates?
No, he lives by himself.
He does.
Yeah.
Are they okay with that?
Yep. A lot of the animals we have actually prefer to be alone. Some of them do have roommates, but not all of them.
Some of them do have roommates.
Yeah, but they would be their same species. We don't really usually mix too many species together.
Hey, it's just about movie time, and it's not just kids, it's not just parents, it's about the animals too. Animals go to the movies, don't they? That's right. It's Shrek 3. Let's go.
Kids aren't just watching the action in theaters this summer, they're joining it. Most of our community theaters offer programs for up-and-coming actors, and you'll have several opportunities to see what these talented youngsters have been up to. This weekend, the Henniger Center in Melbourne, Emma Parish Theater in Titusville, the Cocoa Village Playhouse, and the King Center in Melbourne all will present children's theater shows. Pam Harbaugh is going to take us to a recent rehearsal of Cocoa Village's Bye Bye Birdie, and when we return, I'll be joined by Thomas Stone, who plays Conrad Birdie, and Elizabeth Zombo, who is the assistant director for the show.
Tell me quick about Hugo and Kim. Hi, Marty. Hi, Ellie. I absolutely think it's important for children to be exposed to theater. It builds their self-esteem.
It's given me a lot of confidence to take on leadership roles in high school. All my best friends I've ever had have been through the theater program. I would definitely recommend for someone who's shy or maybe not as self-confident to get involved in theater, because it creates this wonderful support group of people who believe in you and as a person as well as a performer.
I was like really shy when I was little, and I still am a little. My mom says I've been not as shy. I have been able to make a lot more friends lately, so.
Well, both of my children have shown an interest in musical theater at a young age. Jacob jumped into it immediately. All you have to do is say, Jacob, hey, get up there and do this, and he did. Kayla, on the other hand, she was a little bit shy, and through the years, being a part of children's theater has brought her out of her shell, has given her that confidence that she needs to speak up in the classroom. So it's given her a lot of confidence. So it's a plus having them in a children's program such as this.
It's a big part of my life. I really enjoy it. I play the role of Conrad Birdie. I'm a rock star superstar that all the ladies love.
I know that I'll take a lot of what I learned here on with me when I go to the university. I started in the STARS program at 9, so it's been 9 years. I love the comprehensive nature of theater. It's everything. There's life skills to be gained.
And it was a lot of fun working and doing the show for a couple of days. Most of my friends and I were like really sad that it ended. If I didn't have children's theater, I would still be sitting at home, bored out of my mind, watching TV and playing mindless video games.
I hope you enjoyed seeing that little behind-the-scenes clip of Bye Bye Birdie. I'm now joined by Elizabeth and Thomas, and they're going to tell me a little bit about what it's like to be in the show. Both of you have been involved with the Cocoa Village Stars of Tomorrow program for years and years and years. So, yes. Elizabeth, you're helping direct this show. So, tell us a little bit about.
Yes. Well, I've actually been in Stars for 8 years. And I went to college last year, this past year, and so it was weird not being in Stars. But now as a graduate, I'm able to go back and do some of the choreography and kind of just an assistant for Anastasia Hawkins-Smith, whatever she needs. And that's my main job there, is just to make sure the show goes smoothly and easy and the movement's done. So. And you've acted in these shows as well as done some choreography and done some of the behind-the-scenes things. Yes. Yes, I've acted in these shows for 8 years. Me and Thomas, we started back. Bring Back Birdie was the show, his first show. So I was in the original cast of Bye Bye Birdie when we did it 5-6 years ago. So,
long time ago.
Long time ago. Now, Thomas, you said you've been with Cocoa Village for several years also. Yes. And did you say 8 years you've been?
Yeah, about 7 years, 8 years, around there.
And this is a pretty big role
I'm excited for
playing Conrad, and you want to sing a little bit of one of your songs for us?
What song would you like to hear?
I don't want to put you on the spot. Well, we may work on that before the end of it. Tell us a little bit about your character and what you're doing in this show.
Well, I'm this rock star, Conrad Birdie, who all the girls love. They all go crazy for him. I make girls faint just with my voice and using my hips, like a little Elvis type character.
Is that the way it is for you in real life? Or?
A little bit, yeah.
Just with that, I think your hair's a little different than it was in that clip that we saw.
Yeah, well, I get drafted into the Army, and my manager, Albert Peterson, he's a little upset that I have to go into the Army. So what he's doing is he's getting a last little gig going, and I go to Sweet Apple, Ohio, and I give the young lady, Kim McAfee, a last kiss before I go off into the Army. So that's really the main part of the story.
You could see from the clip earlier, there's just a lot of great fun songs and Nice choreography. Are you a dancer?
I'm light on my feet.
Tell us what you're going to be doing after the summer.
I was offered by the Naval Academy to play football.
But you are doing some singing and some dancing, and it's a really fun show. Are you helping with the choreography in this also?
Yes, I actually got involved with choreography about 4 years ago. I started watching and observing Pam Larson, the resident choreographer at the Playhouse, and now actually going off to college, I have jobs working at community theaters there. Choreography, I'm minoring in dance, so I'm keeping it a part of my life, and this is helping me really excel in that part of it.
And you're at FSU, which has a great arts and theater program.
It does. It really does. I've seen their shows, and they're just phenomenal, and I'm so lucky to be there watching them.
So this kind of helped you get started in your career then?
It really did. I'm majoring in engineering, which is the total opposite end of the spectrum, but it really, with children's community theater, it brings out the best in children, like their self-esteem and their ability to talk to people. I'd really say, giving a kid their own voice, and that's what really helped me when I went off.
Well, Thomas and Elizabeth, thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a great show, Break a Leg, this weekend. If you want to know more about the things we've talked about, or about other fun things to do in the area this weekend, you can always visit brevard.metromix.com or floridatoday.com. Or you can always pick up a copy of tomorrow's TGIF entertainment section. We're going to leave you now with a clip from the latest Transformer movie, which hit theaters yesterday. From all of us at Florida Today and Today in Brevard, have a great weekend.
I want to talk to you about the college thing, okay? I'm so excited. Hey, I'm not taking you with me.
Look at this place! I feel smarter already. Can you smell it?
Yeah, it smells like $40,000 a year.
Hey, beautiful. Made you a long-distance relationship kit. I got your webcam so we can chat 24/7.
Sounds cute. I can't wait.
I just had a full-blown mental meltdown in the middle of my class. I'm seeing symbols.
We've kept much from you, Sam.
This isn't my war.
I fear it soon will be.
What you're about to see is top secret. Do not tell my mother. Any of these look like the symbols you saw? Where did you get these?
Archaeologists found these unexplained markings in ancient ruins all over the world.
They gotta mean something, like a message or like a map. Megatron wants what's in my mind.
I'm not gonna go without you.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing.